On Tuesday, the Broncos learned that their $51 million right tackle, Wuan James, had suffered a torn Achilles away from the team facility. He's done for the year after playing just 63 snaps in 2019, which was followed by James opting out of the 2020 season entirely. ESPN's Adam Schefter broke the news and also reported that James' $10 million salary for the upcoming campaign is now, quote, in jeopardy because the injury happened away from the team facility. One of the cons of the NFLPA urging players to boycott Phase 1 of the offseason training program. However, the Broncos could opt to handle James in the same way the team managed Ryan Clady back in 2015 when he suffered a knee injury during a pickup basketball game. Considering that James has basically been MIA since the Broncos signed him to what was then a record-setting deal for a right tackle, the team is not expected to be too accommodating. That's the bad news for James. The good news for the Broncos is, despite the crisis of losing the sharpied-in starting right tackle, that $10 million, if the Broncos opt not to pay him, could then be used to lure or sign a formidable veteran player to stop the gap. Perhaps Broncos O-line coach Mike Munchak is feeling bullish on the untested backup Calvin Anderson, but let's face it, GM George Paton would be remiss to not sign a veteran free agent. It doesn't help that Denver missed on drafting a tackle last week, but there are a few good veteran options out there waiting to be wooed, including ex-Chief Mitchell Schwartz. Also known as Von Miller Kryptonite, Schwartz was unceremoniously released by the Chiefs earlier this year. The four-time All-Pro is used to making good money, so Paton would have to be willing to open up the checkbook to land Schwartz, thus making it all the more advantageous to not pay James the money the Broncos are no longer obligated to pay him. Schwartz is still just 31, so landing him would provide Denver with a set-and-forget option at right tackle for the foreseeable future, depending on contract length. There are a few other plausible right tackle options which we broke down in depth at milehighhuddle.com. Stay tuned, Broncos country. For Mile High Huddle, I'm Chad Jensen.